Race through Beggar's Canyon in your T-16 Skyhopper. Test your skill against Zev, Dak, or Wedge.
The bonus
Nice.
levels.
This is it, Beggar's Canyon. It's tricky, so listen up. The main canyon is fairly simple, but watch out for sandcrawlers.
This one's always challenging.
The left branch is harder, but the right
Yeah, you know,
lots of twists and turns.
I
Hey,
don't.
it's Rebel Assault.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
I don't know that I ever
so I better take the main route. I'll meet you at
took the
moisture
left
farm on the
route.
platform.
I would always be like, I'm going for gold. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Guess you're on the right
race
branch,
wedge,
huh,
and I think that's true when I first had this in '99, and it's true now because I
Yeah. Jamming.
didn't go the other way.
Yeah, this is more or less an exact retread of Rogue Squadron, but now it's in full 3D and not a rail shooter. You
Yeah.
can fly where you want to.
You can blow up too. That's for sure.
Yeah, and Rogue Squadron, or sorry, Rebel Assault, doesn't hold up on the graphics or
No, not at all.
other things, but
No.
that's a story for another day.
Okay, Maz. Wedge is tough because you don't know if you're going to be able to overtake him, so you kind of have
Yeah.
to patiently wait, and then
Stone
woo, there you
needle.
go, thread the needle.
Wedge, still so much to learn. Race you back. Hey.
Dude, talk about jamming. Look at the Treadwell droid. He's like
I know.
scooting along like he's on Mario Kart.
he got charged up.
Nice. Gold.
Yeah.
Take that, Wedge.
Suck it, Wedge. There's not much to that level.
No. Oh, yes, the trench run.
Yep.
Eliminating as many laser cannons as possible. If the trench guns stop firing, you can bet the Death Star's complement of ties will be in close pursuit. Continue down the trench until you reach the exhaust port area. Good luck, and may the Force be with you.
Every Star Wars game has to show the Battle of Yavin in some shape or form.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least in the 90s and 2000s. Maybe we're not really over it because even Battlefront 1 and 2 had some version of a Death Star level. It's because technology kept getting better and they're like, we can recreate it, and they sort of were here. It looks pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's a little
Actually, yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's pretty good for the time. I'm trying to think if we ever got I'm trying to think if we ever got like a really proper like rendition of the trench run. Like it would always be new and updated, but we never got something that was like super
That looked like the movie per se.
Yeah, which I guess would be hard even back in '99. I mean, the trench is like super big in this.
Yep.
And then we'll see here coming up that you actually get a turn.
Right.
Get a 90-degree turn, which is kind of weird.
I think to me, when the time this game came out, the best version, was the Sega Star Wars Trilogy arcade. Had really good movie.
Oh, they did
levels.
Have that, yeah.
Yeah, they had that. They had Hoth. They had Endor.
Now you're talking about specifically the arcade version because they had that
the arcade of the Star Wars trilogy. No, not Star Wars Arcade.
Right.
Like that was the title of that one. That one was in '93. The 32X version was in '94, but the Sega trilogy.
That was the big arcade machine, right?
Yeah. That was late '98. We saw it in '99 at Denver for Celebration. But that game, and I would still see it even into the 2000s at Chuck E. Cheese and stuff.
Yeah,
I would still play it occasionally. But I haven't seen a cabinet for over 10 years now.
Well, arcades are few and far between anyway. But that and that one would have always been like $1.50 to play or whatever.
Yep.
It would have been way too expensive.
Yeah. I've looked at YouTube footage though, and it still holds up pretty well. It's compared to the Battlefront games, it's showing its age now.
I'd love to play it now, or
yeah,
even an emulated version of it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Han, Chewie,
It's the same Chewbacca growls from before.
Right.
No, like so unenthusiastic too.
Right. Yeah, the other thing they always had to show in every new Star Wars game was the Battle of Hoth. You have to show the walkers, the tow cables.
Oh yeah.
Ah, they got my stabilizer. Sorry.
That one's harder to get right because walkers sometimes look weird in older games, but
Hang on back there.
I
Well,
gotta say,
this game did all right because it's that third person view. Otherwise, just
Yeah.
flying a circle around a
yeah,
thing isn't very fun.
right.
Fire proton torpedoes.
Where? There you go. I like how it's slightly colored differently to let you know, like,
This is a
this is
special
the
area.
spot.
Yeah.
It'd be funny, just like a big old, like a line of highlighted, like running lights, like pointing to it, like shoot here. It might have been in Mad Magazine that did that. Wow. Gold. You're just on a run today.
Like a tear, yeah.
Dang.
Well, I didn't actually get gold. You can see that I missed it. It's off my save game that had all these.
Oh,
done.
I see. Oh, so it kept that on there.
Yeah.
Experience the Battle of Hoth from the cockpit of your snowspeeder as you hold off Imperial forces and help the rebel
Hoth.
transports escape.
Right after I talked about it.
Well, this I never unlocked until this playthrough because I had never gotten through Sullust Gold,
Yeah.
and to unlock this particular mission required gold everything. So,
Right.
which is kind of weird because
Transports can't escape unless
I don't know why I gave up back in the day. It must have been like I was doing it and then I reinstalled Windows and never
Yeah.
just didn't reinstall the game or whatever because I had a backup copy of my save game.
Right.
Shooting. Thanks.
So I finally did get Sullust Gold just to do this mission 20 years later.
Rogue 10 is down in Sector Lambda. He needs your
And running around like an idiot,
Yeah.
doing figure eights around walkers. Yeah, actually, this level looks really good for the time. I mean, not that snow is an inherent challenge or anything, but it looks great.
It looks good, and they did a pretty good job with the tow cables in this game, so
Use your harpoon
Yeah.
and tow
it's a lot of
cable.
fun.
Go for the leg.
Actually, this whole game is kind of an outgrowth of the Hoth level of Shadows of the Empire. That was kind of what
Yeah,
jump-started the idea.
yeah, that's true. I read the same thing. Which is funny that it ends up being just a
bonus.
a bonus.
See, even LucasArts knew like they were overdoing it on their versions of Hoth.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then we also had Super Empire, which had that really terrible Mode 7.
Mhm.
Mode 7 with hills. That was the only
Yeah.
time you ever saw hills on a Mode 7. I don't think it was in any other game, but it was bad. I could never... I did beat it once or twice, but... Or probably just once. But
Oh, you know what? I gotta try. They've got those in those emulators. They've got those new, like high res mode 7
Another victory for
settings.
Don't get cocky.
Because the textures for mode 7
frame rate,
is
would be weird otherwise.
well, it was the textures stored in the cart is higher res than what was rendered on the screen.
Oh,
So,
okay.
So the or something like that, and so the emulators can
One more pass.
Properly
actually
display them.
Yeah, they can display the full res version of
Nice.
the textures. So it makes certain games like Pilot Wings and
Oh,
Mech
wow.
Warrior and stuff look good, like or not good,
Oh,
look a
Mech
lot better.
Warrior. Yeah.
I love that
Mech
game.
Warrior is a fun game. Yep.
It's a rough play now, but it was really fun back then.
I need to go back and play it as much as I did in the mid 90s because I borrowed that from my friend and it was played it heavily for about a month and then I returned it and I never Never touched it again, other than a brief session a few years ago.
One more pass.
He's got to say that line every time he goes around.
Yeah. Well, this does get
Cable out. Let her
kind of
go.
old.
Yeah.
Good work, Rogue Squadron. The base has been
Probably one of the
evacuated.
reasons they
We'll take you
didn't
to the rendezvous point.
include
And
this
look,
as a
the
proper
Falcon
level.
made it out all right.
Right.
Don't do anything foolish like running off to Dagobah.
Wow.
How did
throwing
Han know?
shade.
How did Han know?
Yeah. Silver, a slipping man.
It was taking out those stormtroopers or snow troopers.
Kason Moore is engineering an assault on a volcano base at Sullust in retaliation for the blockade on Chandrilla.
And this is my gold playthrough
Whoa.
of Sullust, which I had to cheese because I think
Yeah.
that I think the cheese is the only way to
do it.
do it.
Well, my philosophy always been if it's possible, then it's not cheesing.
Yeah.
It's just doing it, however your means necessary.
I can brief you? Yes, the location of this Imperial base was supplied to us by Boston.
I sure saw this intro graphic a billion times on my
So it's also well
playthrough
Uh-huh.
5 years ago.
Volcano. They use the volcanic activity to power a geothermal generator which is regulated by a shielded central capacitor. But inside the volcano, several transmitters are feeding thermal energy to the capacitor. Destroy the transmitters, and we take the shield down. Kason, you lead the way.
Yeah, probably the most maligned level in this whole game by just about everybody.
That's one. You know what to look for.
You know, to be honest, probably the reason 20 years ago I didn't get
Take a beating.
gold on this is because there wasn't a lot of talk or playthrough videos or anything where
No, nothing.
people talked about how you would get gold on this level.
You could like look up a FAQ, you know, in a text version.
Yeah,
Maybe,
but
if someone
that,
typed one up.
I don't know how common the GameFAQ stuff was back in '99. Like,
I'll tell you what, if it was a game that was a few years old, it existed, because I remember looking up Rebel Assault 2 codes, and there was a FAQ for that, but that was like 4 years after that game.
right?
So
Yeah, that's the thing.
this one was still pretty fresh.
Man, you know, I don't know how much I really cared that much about getting gold.
I remember seeing you try it in '99.
Probably
That was the
cared
first
a
time
little
I
bit
ever.
then.
Yeah,
if
that
you,
was the
if
first
you
time I
watched me
saw this
attempt
level.
it, so
Yeah, and it's stuck in my memory because, yeah, you were telling me how challenging the level was. Just that constant sound of the homing beacon on the missiles.
And this is how you get gold.
By crashing into a fiery explosion.
Yeah, reset your bomb
count.
Your bomb count, yep. And then you just bomb another 20 things,
Ah.
because the three biggest factors are time, obviously.
Yes.
Then accuracy, and then destroying 40 enemies.
Yeah.
So and I think the two biggest things are time and the enemies. So the easiest way to know if you've taken out 40 enemies is to
almost hit that tower.
Yeah, I know, right? Is to use 20 bombs to blow things up 2 times.
Yeah.
So otherwise you only have one laser, so it takes so long to destroy certain things with just your laser.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think that's the only way you really can get gold.
Anytime I've seen other people do it, it's been with
this method.
Semi-cheesy method.
Oh, there you go. Reset.
It's so effective you can die twice.
That'd be an interesting side effect warning on a drug. It's so effective you can die twice.
Yeah, Death sticks.
Yeah, it's funny that Sullust was depicted here, and then it was later reused in the rebooted Disney Battlefront 1 and 2 as a location.
Did it look like this?
More or less volcanic,
Yeah.
yes. Very volcanic, because that was just established that the Sullustans lived on a volcanic world full of caves and volcanoes and other stuff. But obviously, yeah, in the recent Battlefront games, it looks gorgeous. It's like you're on these Imperial bases and just running around, and there you go. Damn.
Rogue Squadron, I'm afraid you'll have to cut your celebration short. Moff Dearden has begun his attack on Cyphera. He used us. This is all a diversion.
I don't care. I got gold.
Yeah.
See you guys. Wow.
Yep.
And I saw it with my own eyes.
And then the most interesting thing to me is I didn't know that there was like a special ending to this, to getting all gold. So I discovered this without knowing it was coming.
What a trip. Yeah, that's my first time seeing this.
Courage of Rogue Squadron, the Rebel Alliance presents each one of you with a plated insignia, so that all who see it shall know you.
Written in Orabesh. We gotta translate that. Probably just says rogue or something. Or...
Yeah. Nerd. That's what it says.
Nerd in Orabesh.
Jack Ralter, Wes Jansen, Hobby Cleven, Lieutenant Wedge Antilles, and you, Commander Luke Skywalker, you have all done your part to strengthen the Rebel Alliance, to offer hope to worlds under the yoke of oppression, and to ensure the freedom of the galaxy.
Wow.
May the Force be with you.
Yeah, totally worth it. Totally worth all the blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
Trying to get gold.
So I'll tell you something funny. Skyhopper. Hey, it must be Case and Moore.
She kept her
Better
tie.
hope.
Yeah.
She's going back to the Empire.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I was gonna say real quick. They had the Hobby Clivian / Cliven mispronunciation, because there was a lot of writers. Somebody wrote his name as Clivan in a comic, and then it kind of got stuck that way. But it was supposed to be Clivian, and then so there was other sources that said that, and then I think even Alston wrote in a joke about that in the Wraith Squadron book.
Yeah.
How people never say his name correctly.
Yeah. There you go, man. Cleaning up other people's messes.
That's right.
Well, there you go. Rogue Squadron 3D.
Nice.
Next up, Yoda stories.
Ugh.